Welcome, viewers, to Midnight Coffee with Faisal. It's a very lovely Saturday evening here in Malaysia, and time check is 2 minutes past midnight. I hope everyone is well and enjoying their evening and watching this live stream. For those who are regulars, welcome back, and please shout out in the box as to where you are viewing this live stream from. And for those who are joining us for the first time, a big welcome to you. Please also shout out in the box as to where you are viewing this live stream from. Yeah. For a start, my show is about having a chit chat with individuals who are doing extraordinary actions, and we will bring in on guests, yeah, weekly to talk about what are the challenges they face in running their projects or their businesses. Yeah. For a short intro about myself, I'm an independent management consultant and a business project management coach that helps clients to implement solutions. As to why I say business project management is that every time when I introduce myself as a project manager or project director or project leader, everyone thought that I come from an engineering background or IT background or even construction background. But they're not wrong. Yeah, they're not wrong. The discipline of project management started way back during the scientific management era as part of the management evolution. Uh, However, project management is taking a center stage now. I think because of the pandemic that has hit us worldwide, and organizations are looking at new business model. But new business model cannot be successful or won't be successful if you run your organization the same old way. Yeah. How you run the company during the pre-pandemic, it just doesn't work because you need to find new management model, and project management methodology, approaches, concept, and philosophies do provide organization with an avenue to be more agile, more adaptive to the ever-changing business environment that we are in. Okay, so for those who are viewing us first time, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm available on Spotify under Project Talk, on YouTube under Doc Faisal, and also, yeah, I'm on Facebook, which is I'm also streaming this live to my Facebook, to Doc Faisal too, and I'm also on Instagram, Doc Faisal underscore. So please do visit and have follow us and subscribe, and you will be notified. Please click the notify button so that you will be notified on the new episodes that's coming in. And as you know, I'm doing this chit chat session, midnight coffee, on every Saturday midnight with my guest. Yeah, and okay, the regulars, one of the regulars, I will take this before I bring in my guest. I will have, we have this Datuk Yo coming in and say hello, Dr. Faisal. Hello, Datuk. Thank you for being with us tonight. And please hang on. Please continue watching because I will bringing in a very lovely young talent that I will allow her to introduce herself later. Yeah. So what I will do is that I will bring on board my guest, Yendy Loh, and I will bring her and let her introduce herself to everyone here. Yeah. Okay. Just stay tuned. Hello, Yandy. How are you?
Hello. Hi, Dr. Faisal. Hi, everyone.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yandy. Oh,
happy Saturday night.
okay. All
Hi,
right.
Professor Gels.
Yeah, Dato' Jers is here. He said, midnight
Yeah,
greetings, Yandy.
supportive, every time.
Yes, Dato' Jers is our regular, and I'm happy that he's here this weekend. And he was saying that greetings from me from Amesmat, Malaysia.
Yes, MSMET always the best.
Yes, yes.
Without MSMET, we will know each other as well.
Yeah, true. Okay, before we proceed, Yendi,
Yes.
I like to congratulate you. I like to congratulate you
Okay.
for your
Oh,
recent graduation.
thank
Uh,
you.
having your executive MBA. Yeah, executive
This
MBA. That's a
photo,
photo from. Yeah,
yeah.
I took it from your Facebook.
Oh, okay.
So,
Honestly, this for this EMBA, it was a really a great achievement in my life. That because during our course, I have been sharing a lot about the whole journey of my life, and on my career path and all that. And of course, special thanks must give to Professor Giles. He actually helped me a lot.
yeah, he's here. He's commenting again, looking fresh and beautiful as usual.
He is a very good mentor, though. Yeah,
Yeah.
giving me a lot of sharing and on his experience, and also the knowledge that he has. So okay, so I think before we proceed, I should do some introductions of myself, right? Because
Yes, please.
okay. First of all, I am a former CEO from an IT company, and I was resigned since last year.
Mhm,
And recently, actually set up my own business, which
mhm,
mainly focus on blockchain, on ICO,
mm, mm.
NFT, and also some exchange and all that. Why do I choose cryptocurrency or even blockchain as my future career path? Is because I see the potential, and this is something that very advanced in the technologies, and I really interested on it. And right now, like the new setup of the business is always tough. You have to set up something from zero to one.
Mhm. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So yeah. So it's a bit busy, and despite it's a new company, it's because of the previous working experience and also the connections of the previous work life. So I do have a lot of different clients that are so supportive. They always will find me when they need any advice, or they need any uh, knowledge on the building up software or system that related to blockchain or whatever. Okay, so thank you for your invitations on tonight's chit chat, midnight coffee sessions.
My
uh,
pleasure, my pleasure.
it is my pleasure because I seldom on live. I would say this is my first time on live streaming that only me and you. I'm and someone I'm the one that who going to be spotted. So usually I am the person who actually behind the scene. I always hide behind because we do software. We don't need to tell people that who are we, as
Yeah,
long as we did our work.
yeah.
And also because of that, that's why tonight's topic is about project management, right?
Yes, correct. But uh,
Okay.
yeah, when you talk about the journey and all those things, and earlier I showed you the convocation. How do you find your journey doing the IMBA with AIMSMET? Maybe you can share before we go into your working.
No problem. Honestly, the when initial start on joining the EMBA, right? On the first lesson and the second lesson, right? Actually, I feel it is something that makes me um, having like gain a lot of knowledge that which I never have before. It's because of my previous family background that, to be very honest, I am not a diploma or degree graduate holder. So because of the family issue, I need to start work since very young. So I told myself that I must, further my study when I am at the age before 40. I need to achieve some, education's level. So I decided to go for EMBA. And the sessions, every time when we have the module that we join in the EMBA classes and during MCO, right? So it was really fun. And I meet a lot of people that who in business and they are very experienced in their industry, and I get a lot of info, exchange, and also I meet a lot of new friends. I would say this is something that really great, and especially to meet up with a lot of professors, and then to meet a lot of people who are in high educations, and they are some of the cohort is actually we have become a good friend, a close friends. This is something that really good, and I gain a lot of knowledge that I know what I should go for it for further my study. That's why also take up the doctorate.
Yeah. Congratulations also for signing up for the doctorate in business admin.
I have to tell you a little bit lower voice. Actually, it's very stressed.
No, no, no. It's not going to be stressful. We make sure that it's going to be a very,
Because need to do a lot of homework,
very,
a lot
yeah,
of research and readings. That
yes, yes.
has to be done, or else you cannot write your dissertations at all.
Correct, correct. But I mean, I'm happy to hear that the executive MBA program has changed your perspective in
Indeed.
yeah, in running the day to day operations of your businesses, and then you start building network and all those things. So these are the values of the MBA, and a lot of working adults. I think I believe you also strongly suggest that that they should pursue for an executive MBA, should they want to further improve themselves in their competency. That's what I can take it up from you on this thing.
Yeah, yeah, because um, when we learn along the journey, we learn about teamwork, we learn
Mhm.
about managing organizations, we learn about communications. We learn a lot of things that is actually invisibly bring into our daily life that we use. And it's
Mhm.
actually changing your mindset as well. And when
Mhm.
you do your managing, it will reminds you that oh, okay, when we have the module on managing organizations, on leaderships, what we should do. And with the time, and also the decade different. It's like my new employee is very young. It's like they are 0 0 years, those kind. we,
Yeah.
we will have some generation gap. And then we also learn about economics, we learn about trade-off, we learn about operations. We learn a lot things that maybe we know before, but
Uh-huh.
we never really implement into our business. So
Okay.
this is something that really worthwhile for us to further study, because our brain needs a lot of vitamins, which is knowledge. That I absolutely agree on that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Yendi, on the part sharing
You're
your
welcome.
sharing your what you call it, your insights from the program. Datuk Jils also have a comment here, says that the latent strength inside every one of us, powerful, and you have it in you, Wendy. Wendy, Yendi. That's all.
It's late. It's late. Professor just,
must be typo
Professor
error.
just, no, suppose he actually typed the correct one, but after that, he typed the wrong one.
Autocorrect.
Maybe he gave me another new name though.
Okay, Yendi. Let's get into the challenges that you face. I mean, you talk about the CEO. Okay,
Oh, okay.
he just apologize.
um, to be very honest, on my previous company, Actually, the first positions I joined in the company is not a CEO title.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually from marketing and then become project management. And
Mm-hmm.
I was really struggle on project management because that was not my forte.
Mm-hmm.
I never worked to on that positions before because my background was sales and marketing mostly most of the time. Because my previous work experience is mostly on sales and
Mm-hmm.
also on marketing for company for the brandings and all that. So project management, this wording, it looks easy. In fact, it is very challenging. Why I say so? It's because all your clients' timeline is yesterday.
Yeah.
Most of the time, their expectations on your deliveries is always yesterday.
Yeah.
And some client are not good in tempered. They will actually scold you, and sometimes, you know they really scold you, and then the word that they're trying to deliver right is really really hurt you. And it is very unrespectful,
Mm.
that sometimes it's very rush, I would say, on the project that they want. Because I am specifically, because project management have different categories. Some is on the renovation or constructions, it's on different industry. But for IT software development on project management is always very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, I even though I worked in IT company before, but
Mm-hmm.
I never involved in development, on IT development. So
Mm.
there are a lot of software or industrial language that I do not know. So I was actually keep working and keep learning on it. So
Ah.
after a few years of this tough go to hell training, it's really go to hell training though, I tell you. So I've been learning, and I think the most challenging on project management, simply to say a conclusion, you have to be two things: communications, expectations. These two are very crucial.
Mm.
Because if as a project management, we are actually like a bridge of the whole project in between the client and also the development team. So
Okay.
development team involved in many different departments. Example, there is this web developer. Web actually have front end and back end.
Okay.
So there are two departments, and then we have a designer, and then we have a tester, we have a system analyst, we have a copywriter, and then we also have mobile team if the project or the software development involved in mobile app development. So mobile, and then has to be two types. One is iOS, one is Android. So you need to
Mm.
deal with lots of people, and then after that you need to conclude their programmer language to become a layman term and to deliver this message into the client's ear.
Yes,
And
correct.
you need to make an example for them. It's very layman terms because you cannot tell them something very technical. If they know, they can hire their own IT team and they can actually do it on their own. Why do they need us? It's because they don't know. That
Yeah.
is the main reason. So as a professional, we need to actually help them to fix these issues. That's why it's for people who actually doing project management, we are the bridge in between. So it's very important for us to tell people how to work. And then we have to always come up with a storyline for our client that on their expectations. So because every businesses have their own expectations and also their USP or even their business directions. So we have to understand their business concept and then come back and we have to think about the why do they need these functions, what is the functions that we can build for future use, or to make the ease of convenient for their future, that they can actually make enhancement on the software. So
Mm-hmm.
for a project management person, if they are also considering on the business point of view, it's actually helping a lot in the
Yeah.
whole project. Yeah,
Yeah.
because me always have a kind of like a sick on the work because I'm too used to IT. So every time when I use others people mobile apps, right, or go to people's website, right, I will have this kind of, how come the user experience is so bad? Hey, this function, it looks very good. Okay, this can become a reference, for future use. You know, you will always automatically you will have this kind of feeling, and you always pay attention to all this, so even sometimes I play games. I am a gamer. I like to play games a lot
Mm,
to release
okay.
stress.
Okay.
So personally, yeah. But sometimes when you play the games, you see the element, the design, the response, we know how because we understand what is optimizations. Sometimes some people don't. So what we do is, I will always use a lot of people's app, and then after that I myself will make evaluations on the app. Oh my god.
So that means uh, before this, you were saying that you were in sales, and then you go into software
Yes.
as a project manager, and then
Yes.
earlier you said you are the CEO and a founder of a consulting. I mean,
Consulting
some.
firm. Yes, 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 it's
So how
consulting.
does it transit into a consulting firm? Being a
um Actually, for the former CEO positions that I resigned, I was actually jobless, taking
okay,
a rest.
all right, all
Okay,
right.
for a short time of period, and I have a lot of friends. Actually, they always will actually come and seek for my 2 cents opinion, that
Okay.
on managing their business, on maybe sometimes even on hiring, on settling their work, or they will always communicate with me, or sometimes
Mm-mm.
they will call me up, hey Yendi, do you have time, can we have a coffee sessions, let's come out and have a coffee, so they will ask me, hey, what do you think about this, what do you think about this, if you face this problem, what you are going to do. So I'll give them some sharings, maybe you can do this, it's like blowing water. Then after that they say, okay, oh okay, so logic. Then they will actually use the suggestions from me, and they actually implement into their business, and they found that it's actually result driven. So I would say, really thanks to all the friends that they always ask for the opinion, and I see this is something that I can actually help people, and to help them to resolve their business, to improve their business, or to enhance their business USP.
Mm.
So that's why I initiated the company. But of course, final decisions for me right now is, I'm actually more towards focus on blockchain, and also
Okay.
NFT and all that, because slowly most of the business will also migrate into that, because blockchain towards a lot of business is actually something that they can actually utilize for maybe partially of their business, not all. It has to depend. So I think for me, at my age, my work has to be fun. Right?
Don't
Like,
we all? Don't we all, Yandy? Don't we
no, no,
all?
no. No, I mean, at my age, right? Like I told you just now, if you ask me to submit my CV to people, right? I need to think twice, or think 3 times, because who is going to hire me?
you're,
um,
you're, you're still young.
I guess I look young still. No, I always look young, and our heart, and also our mindset have to be young, or else we cannot have a good communication with young people. There will be a generation gap.
Yes, very true. Very true. Very true. Okay, so
So
when you talk about moving from sales and then go into project management in IT, and now going into blockchain and NFT and those things, I mean, these are the things that I was talking about. These are the uh, this show is all about, is to showcase ordinary people that are taking extraordinary actions. People like you who are doing a lot of things. With their life, with their personal and professional career and all those things, and then moving from one to the other is not easy, and can be very very challenging. Yeah. uh, and what we want is that to before you go into the challenges, yeah, before we talk about the challenges that you face, let me take some comments that is coming in. I believe Mr. Tan Kok Sing is here.
it's our
uh, yeah. Oh, your cohort, right?
morning.
Datuk James say, hey, Mr. Tan Kok Sing, and then Mr. Tan Kok Sing will say, hey, Datuk James. And then he was saying that, okay, hi to both of us, Yendi. Hello,
Yeah.
hello, Kok Sing,
Hi,
how are
Mr.
you?
Tan.
Thank you for being with us at this hour, especially. Yeah, I know it's quite late. and we appreciate that they're viewing this live. Then we have also Sheena, is your
Oh,
senior
okay.
coming in. She's one of the was student that complete the MBA in less than 12 months.
Wow.
She's a record holder. She submit everything on time. Sheena, thank you for viewing with us. Sheena, being with us for tonight. So. Um Moving along, Yandi, what are the challenges that you face? Not only in managing the projects, like what you said just now, communication and expectations, stakeholder expectation is managing those things, but moving from one profession to another. What are the challenges that you face and how you overcome those challenges? Maybe you can share with those people, those viewers who are the younger generation who are viewing this, maybe at this tonight or maybe tomorrow. Maybe you can share
Okay.
with them.
Actually, when I was in sales last time, that first of all, I like to talk a lot. Okay. Then you know it very well because during our class, I always talk and
Yeah.
I have a lot of questions. I have a very high curiosity. I always like to ask a lot of questions. Like, okay, you answer me this, and then I will have a leading questions again. That I
Yes.
want to ask the next questions as well to clarify.
Yeah.
Okay, this is also a habit after I work in IT software project management
Uh,
because we have to always clarify with a logic. We have to have a very logical thinking in
uh,
order for us to come up with a good user experience. um okay, by the way, my marketing is actually since last time that it was since I was like 24, 25, or even earlier than that. um Last time I always miss out. I mean, we were always confused what is marketing and sales.
ah,
Most of the title they actually give you marketing, right? In fact, it's actually asking you to do sales.
correct.
That you can see a lot of company, especially in Malaysia, they are actually misuse this title, and they think this title sounds better. So in fact, last time, even though I am a marketing, right, but actually my main forte is always sales,
Okay.
and I was actually involved in sales for IT software. It was like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Last time when Google just newly launched, and then we are doing the sales for something like Yellow Pages last time, that you can actually check your business registrations in a website. That I started from there. I actually involved in IT. So basically the industry change is not huge or so different, but the positions and the scope that I handle, it is a lot different.
Yeah,
So last time on sales, I sell products, and then even before this, the last company that I left, the previous company also is on IT software related.
I see.
And yeah, since young, I don't know, I just like something into technology quite a lot. So, but of course, always mixed up on people. The big challenge is from sales and marketing background
I see.
change to project management. That is
Okay.
really big challenges, and I also don't know. I cannot explain why, but I think this is something that I can really dive deep into IT software.
Uh-huh.
And in sales, change to become project management, right? Another challenge is, sales is very outgoing people.
Uh-huh.
We always go out to meet people. We do networking. You always go anywhere. Your time is always in outside.
Mm-hmm.
And when you become project management, sorry, you have no time. You only can sit in front of your computer, or you check your message from the client. Because you can go nowhere. You have to do tasks. Even though we have tester, you still need to test the system before you hand over to the client. During
Yes.
that time, the big challenge is I have no life. I have no life. The bigger challenge, I would say, I really have no life, is because basically I work about 12 hours a day,
Okay.
because
12
you need to
hours is
catch up.
okay.
You need to catch up with your unparable, and then your knowledge is not in par with what you have right now. I'm a
Okay.
salesperson. So you asked me to become project management, and then I need to learn about deep programming language, and then the functionality, about the flow, about how it works and why is this function, and then the coding have any tricks or not, and all those. It's like you're from no not you're from lower than kindergarten level, and you have to learn until you are graduate. So it is quite tough. Of course, I make mistakes as well,
Yeah.
and I really appreciate of on the my previous founder of the company, that
Mhm.
he giving me lots of chances. That's why that makes today's me.
Okay. No,
But
good, good, good. But how do you overcome it?
how do I overcome? Crying
Macam
first off, hide myself and crying first off. Joking, joking.
no, no worries, no worries.
Midnight
Well, it's
coffee
a,
sessions, I think, has to be a
yeah,
all
correct, correct.
right.
It's a chit chat session. It's okay. It's okay. It's supposed to be a fun session. Yeah, yeah. I can empathize with you because I live in a project world for 35 plus years, and then
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, 12 hours is a minimum working hours as a project manager. Usually it goes into
Yes. Yes.
18 hours and all those things. Yeah, because
Yes.
it's very tight deadline. But
Mm.
but you what we want to know is that I mean you go and learn about all these things, the knowledge and all things. So that means you are a very fast learner. Is it?
I am not sure whether am I a fast learner, but I would say is I just be very thick face, to be very honest.
Okay, all right, all
My
right, all right.
face very thick. Like sometimes the programmer will programmer is an artist. So when you ask them some questions, right, what they will say, I tell you what, because you don't know about IT, you don't know about software development. I tell you the terms also you don't understand. You know, they they will use this kind of reply or respond to quote you.
Uh-uh.
So I will very thick face. I will tell them. I say, okay, I know I'm not from this field, but can you please teach me? I don't
Uh,
know. Can you teach me? I want to learn. Okay, if you teach me, I don't know, I still don't know, then I go and do myself study. If I don't know, I come back and ask you, can you tell me or can you teach me? I always ask
uh,
people, can you teach me? So
okay.
very thick face. I mean, never give up.
Uh,
Because every time, sometimes we will be stagnant in certain level. So you need to really have your mindset right, to be very clear, and you only aim for your directions that you want to go. Me is nothing is impossible.
mhm.
As long as you have the strong will, you will be able to um, do whatever you want, and also you can achieve what you want on the knowledge. I always think about solutions. It's like, okay, he don't want to tell me, never mind, it's okay, because the company have different developer, right? So
Yeah.
okay, I will try to ask someone else. Hey, can you
Ah.
teach me this? Can you teach me this? you know
Okay, all
because
right.
yeah, people will look at you in different way. It's like, okay, first of all, you don't even have a project management certified. You're not
Uh,
you're not from project management background, and you're
okay.
just a marketing person. You do branding. Yes, I can do a little bit branding, collaborations, within the customer and the merchant or whatever. But project management isn't that easy, because you need to have industrial language, especially on IT software.
Uh,
So yeah, it's something that you have to be really thick face.
no, sometimes they don't even speak
Well,
English.
when you
Yeah,
want to please people, right, you have to be okay. Can you please teach me?
no, but that's the right way. If you don't know, ask you ask when you are lost. You ask when you don't know, so that don't be shy because there's
Yes, yes,
no harm in asking. And then like what you said, being thick faced and all those things, which is good. But I mean that's how you overcome it. Like that's how I
yeah.
see it.
Of course, the stress is also a lot. I mean, this is something that I almost forgot already.
No, it becomes part of you already. It built ingrained into your body, into your system. Stress is normal because after this,
Stress is really normal. Just that when the main key thing is, you like it or not.
yeah. No, but yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. I mean, that's how people overcome. What the way you overcome is by being a thick face and ask. Because I know when you talk about IT people, sometimes they don't talk English. I mean,
Mm.
they speak the Java language or HTML, the language that is, that's quite sometimes, or sometimes machine language lah, so to speak.
Uh,
But yeah, but what
true.
you say is true. That um, by asking, and if people don't want to teach, you go to another person and those things, and then it's just like you just have to go on. And I also, let's take some of the comment that is coming in, quite coming in very a lot coming in here. And thanks, Doc, amazing mentor. All this Sheena commenting on her achievement of completing it in less than 12 months. And then Dato also commenting to Sheena, glad to see that you are doing well. And Sheena was talking about the same thing that you mentioned just now, strong will. You have to have a strong will to overcome the challenges. Yeah. And then also said, good on you. She's saying, good on
Thank
you,
you.
Yendi.
Thank you, Shinar. I think
Uh,
she is considered my senior, right?
yes. She's an alumni like you now.
Mm,
Says hi
okay.
Dato, and then thanks, hope you're well too. And yes, Mr. Tan Kong saying, I've indeed been enjoying the IMBA sessions with AIMSMET, as well as doing my job now in Jaya Grocer. Yeah, okay, Mr. Tan Kong saying, next time when we go to Jaya Grocer, we can go and see if it's your cohort right now. Okay,
Mr.
yeah,
Tan, I go to Jaya Grocery. Got any special discount or not? You see, thick face again.
it's okay.
Never too shy to ask.
Let's see if Mr. Tan will comment, got special discount or not, when we go to Jaya Grocer.
We are cohort. We are cohort now.
All right. So one of it is, to sum up what you said just now, is that thick face. Just go and ask, and then have a strong will to pursue. And but what are the, how shall I say, uh, key challenges that you face in running the current setup?
The hiring.
Your current challenge is hiring, is it?
Hiring.
Okay. What
It's a
about your
hiring.
the projects? What about the project that you are in? Okay, we go into the hiring later, but what about the projects that you in, the NFT,
I am
the
the project management person.
oh,
I am the project management that deal with the developer and also the artist because NFT needs an artist to draw the card. I mean the NFT,
uh-huh.
uh, and also I need a developer to write on the NFT smart contracts and all that.
Mhm,
So I'm the
mhm.
bridge right now, which is something that I used to it. So for
Ah,
me, it's okay. Then you have to be one leg kick. You have no choice. You must continue. This is a transition period, and in Malaysia, I think it's not easy for me to find someone that who really have a cryptocurrency or blockchain or even NFT knowledge that I can easily train up. Most of them
uh-huh.
are quite blank. Maybe they know something in surface, but in depth, like the whole concept and how to create an NFT. The people who know, they will go and approach people and do it on their own. They are not going to work with me.
I
People who
see.
know, they will approach people, influencer. A lot of KOLs recently they launched their own NFT. So people who know how to create the NFT, they will go and approach people, and they do some profit share.
Okay.
So it's not easy. I mean, to become an employee for my team, yeah, it is very challenging. And you have to be always DIY in your office for cost saving.
Yeah, true, very true. So I mean, for those who are interested, since we are on this
Oh,
show,
oh,
since you are hiring, looking
yes,
for employee to
yes.
support your NFT, yeah, please, you can follow Yendi on LinkedIn. You can please direct message her on LinkedIn, and you can state your interest in working with Yendi. So that's where you can connect with Yendy there, or you can also connect with Yendy on Instagram. You can also DM her, and she is hiring.
Most important now, I need copywriter. I need UX UI designer. Any one
Uh,
of you interested, please join me.
yeah. So remember that you need a copywriter. I will update my
Yeah,
what you call that, I will update my description later after the show.
yeah.
You need a copywriter and you need a
UX UI designer.
UX UI designer. So
Yes.
for those viewers who are listening tonight, I mean live or tomorrow, if you are into the areas of specialization that mentioned, please direct message Miss Yendy Loh on her LinkedIn or
Yeah.
on her Instagram, and because she is hiring, I repeat, she is hiring.
Hiring and hiring. In Malaysia, it's very tough, Malaysia is very tough to hire people. I don't know why. I just cannot understand.
No, I think because the pandemic, I think, has created a vacuum. A lot of people either leaving, loss of job,
Mm,
or comfortable working with home at home. Some of them has turned themselves into entrepreneur, so they are happy being an entrepreneur. They don't want to go into employment. Maybe
freedom,
I don't know.
freedom. Yes.
Yeah, freedom.
Mm,
The
yes.
the in US they are facing this problem. The Great Resignation. It's not the Great Migration, but the Great Resignation. People are resigning. No, it came out in a McKinsey. It came out in a Harvard Business Review. So people are resigning. They call it the Great Resignation, and
Ah,
companies are facing this problem right now. People are leaving and they have difficulty to recruit. And here you are talking about having difficulty to recruit. I mean, put aside the good employee lah, to recruit even the basic. Also, it's already difficult. What
yes.
more when you talk about good? So
Yes.
it's a global issue actually, Yandy. It's a global issue.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you're
I
not
heard the
alone.
news before that. I know I read the news. The SSM, the company registrations department in Malaysia, they
Mm-mm.
have actually more new company initiate
Correct.
during the the
Yes.
the pandemic.
Correct.
Because everyone is doing their own life in Facebook to sell products and all that. So
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of self entrepreneur right now. So
Yeah.
I am really worried because in the future, in my son generation,
Mhm.
how they actually get employee on board.
No, I mean, in season one, I have this conversation with Miss Salinun. She worked closely with all these agencies. She was saying that during the pandemic, as as much as there's a lot of companies shutting down, there's 150 SMEs are picking up, opening up. 150,000. Sorry, not 150, 150,000. As much as a lot of SMEs closing down, 150,000 are opening up, starting up
Yeah,
with
because a
new
lot of
business.
retrenchment on the company.
Yes.
So those people have no choice. Either they become a Grab driver, or
Yeah.
either they become a food delivery person, the rider, or they initiate their own business.
Correct.
And recently, when I take Grab, I will always ask the person,
Mm,
the Grab driver, what are
mm,
you working previously?
mm.
To see whether I can grab the person even from the transportation. You see, this is how I do my way. When you have no way, you still have to find way.
Yes, yes.
Never
Desperate
give up.
times call
Okay.
desperate measures.
Yes, very desperate. You have to be really desperate when you face challenge, right? Don't give up. Just be
Okay.
more desperate. You will find a solutions. The God will never end your road path that not giving you any way to solve your problem, because
So very
as long
true.
as you have faith in it, right, you will find the solutions. Never give
So
up.
yes, yes, yes. So very true, Andy. I totally agree. God will always have a path for us. Yeah. Don't lose faith, they call it, as they
Yes.
said. Yeah. But since we are on this hiring thingy, just to take on the hiring bit, yeah. Those uh, who are in sales. I'm speaking for IMSMET now. I'm
I
speaking.
saw Professor Giles actually right on the comment. He asked me to hire him for the copywriting. I'm thinking, Can I? With
No,
his perfect English.
yeah. For AIMSMAT, we are looking for a sales person who can do both sales and marketing. Like what you said, there is a difference between marketing and sales.
Yes.
More sales with some marketing activities, but must be tech savvy.
Mm,
That means to say must be familiar with all those IG reels, YouTube, uh, digital marketing, and all those things. So they must be able to take leads and close the leads into sales. So aim
convert,
spec,
convert, convert.
yeah,
Uh,
convert the lead
yeah,
into
conversion.
sales. Yeah.
I
So
also can be MSMAT sales one because I'm the student graduate from MSMAT.
yes, 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 yes. I think that one we can discuss with Datuk
Yeah,
Yo on the commission.
Dr. James always asked me to do that because that is something that because after I graduate from MSMAT from the IEMBA, actually there are some of my schoolmates, my friends, they actually did have an interest. They did ask me, uh, what is the details. I mean the modules and all that.
Uh-uh.
I actually did pass some context to to the team as well. So when there are any inquiries, but I'm not focused on doing it because I only have one brain and a pair of hand. I
Uh-huh.
can't I cannot take so many. It's full.
Yeah. No, that's why. I mean, I fully understand. Hiring is an issue here in Malaysia, but we are not alone. The whole world is facing the same the issue. Is just that now we need to work on the solution. As much as you are also hiring, we are also hiring. We are looking for a salesperson. Yeah. But the trend is that a lot of people are going to become what they call the gig worker. They don't want to be employed, but they are gig worker. They like to come in, work on the project, and then move on to the next one, the next one, the next one. I think you will face, especially in with the current what you call that trend, yeah, the current trend where you are talking about trying to find people to work with you. You won't be having uh, like what those days lah during my time, or good, not say good old days, the old days lah, people will stay in one company for so long, being loyal for so many years. Not anymore. People will come in, work with you, and then they move on to the next company, and then they move on to the next company, and then they will do a 360 and then come back to your company, but with more experience.
I For me right now, my intention, of course, I don't look so far away that this employee is going to work with me until they retire.
Okay.
But I will just always tell my staff that right now I have two employees, I have two assistants. So I will just tell them, as always, is my code for them. Okay, as long as he's happy, that's good enough. Because
uh,
for me, I don't want to create a very stressed work environment.
uh-huh.
The culture of my business is happy go lucky. We work hard, but we play hard as well.
Yes.
Because for me to tell them during the interview sessions or during they start work, the
Uh-huh.
first day orientations, I tell them, okay, if you can, I don't really prefer you work overtime. Please go home. Unless you tell me you're not work efficient, because I'm looking for someone that will work efficient, that you
Okay.
do not need to really work overtime. Of course, project management is different story,
Yeah.
because you have different role.
I
If
know.
operation staff need to work overtime, mean they are not efficient already.
But trying to meet unrealistic deadlines sometimes, delay here and there, you need to still deliver and all things. You just need to burn the midnight oil and all the things. But again, it's normal,
Yes.
you know.
But for us in project management, we have that expectations. I mean, you
Yeah.
will see when you handle a project, there are many rocks in front of you that you
Yeah.
will need to walk with your bare shoe. You have to bare leg to walk to the
Correct.
entire rocks, right? You have a lot of bleeds, and then you have a lot of difficulties and obstacles. But however, when the project is completed and then it's deployed, you
Mm.
will feel a different satisfactions and
Yes.
achievement in your inner, that you think, oh, from nothing to something. This is what we like, why we want to do project management and why we want to do IT software. This is
Yeah.
something that we feel the achievement from.
Yeah, it's a self fulfill. I mean, it's a like a self fulfillment. You know, when you see
Yes,
the
yes,
result of
yes,
your
very
project.
satisfied.
Yeah,
Yes,
very satisfactory. So
yes.
so I fully dig you, girl. I fully dig. Okay, let's take some comments that is coming in. From Mr. Tan, he was saying that as a okay, he can provide some exclusive free gift.
Oh, oh, so good.
Yeah,
Uh, that
so
is also why study is important, because not only we can have a knowledge input, but at the same time a lot of good cohort. Something very exclusive.
yeah, and then Datuk James is trying to organize a day trip. Uh, Need to visit you, and then we say, okay, so it becomes a alumni trip day.
Grocery day.
Grocery day. Everybody go to Jaya Grocer, and then Mr. Tan is there to meet us. It should be okay. Should be fun. Huh? We should try that. Huh? Alumni
Yeah.
Grocery Day. One
Yes.
of these
Indeed.
days.
Indeed.
All right. Yendi, before we knock off, is there any some final advice that you want to give your people out there, the viewers, especially as to what are the things that they must do to prepare themselves in moving not only from profession to profession, but also in managing the current situation in the business. Any uh, key words or key advice that you want to give them?
Okay, for me, since last time I told my ex colleagues that is always a very straightforward and a very simple quote. Okay, first of all, your mindset is everything. Okay, without changing your mindset, right, whatever you look into a point, it's only one directions. By the way, to settle a problem, there are tons of solutions. If you can put yourself on different shoe to look into different angles, that you will find a different perspective on it, and try to make a change on it, because nothing change, nothing will change.
Okay, nothing will change. Okay,
Yes.
uh, anything else other than mindset?
Of course, of course, with that, right, when you cannot settle a problem, it means that you have you have insufficient knowledge in it. Do
Mhm.
more research. This is what I learned from my EMBA.
Okay.
Do your homework. Do more research, because when someone cannot settle a problem, or they face an issue, they come to an issue they cannot settle, right, it's
Yeah,
because they don't have sufficient knowledge
yeah.
or experience that can actually help them to resolve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, which is true. In fact, Einstein. I remember a quote by Einstein
Mm.
that states that you cannot solve the problem that was created by the same. You cannot solve the problem using the same thinking level that created that problem, right?
Yes.
Something like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So that
So
means
nothing
you are right.
changed, nothing will change. Change
Yeah,
the method, change the way.
yeah. So you have to do research and all those things to further
Yeah.
ups.
And see, for my advice, come and look
Uh,
for me. My 2 cents.
no, I mean, no, these are valuable. It's not 2 cents. It's a lot of money. No, these are the things that the people need to, especially the young talent out there that is facing all this problem because everybody starts somewhere and they always say that sometimes when people interview them, what are your experiences and all those things, sometimes for fresh graduate, they don't have experience. So this is where sometimes we as an employer will must also consider that to assist them to get that experience before they have become an experienced person. It's more how do you mentor and coach them. Do you mentor and coach your team,
Yes,
Andy?
yes, yes. Observations to the employees is
Uh-huh.
crucial,
Okay.
because you need to know the person's strength and weakness
Hmm.
before you can really assign a suitable role for them.
I see.
Okay, why I choose to hire assistant instead of a specific positions person, because sometimes you see, I am from sales and marketing background. I never
Mhm.
know that I have this talent to become a project management person.
Okay.
you
Okay.
know so actually the role and the positions and even the forte can be changed when you discover some new knowledge or some new informations,
mhm,
but sometimes I would say when you try and error, and for me to hire a person, the main perspective right now, of course, don't talk about the developer, don't talk about the designer, because they are the knowledge needed for doing so. It's like you develop a software, you need to have a programming language knowledge,
mhm,
or else you don't know how to code. But
mhm.
personality, characters is very important,
Ah,
because like you say, like my way of thinking is, no, regardless of what problem, there's always solutions. This is the
mhm,
mindset. How a person can resolve a problem when they face obstacle, or they face problem, it is very important as well. Like most of the young people right now, I'm sorry, I no offense, okay, because this is life. I can see a lot of young people, they have a few very common problem. So do I. Procrastinations. And
mhm,
then they like to procrastinate, so
mhm,
they might think that, oh, this is something that I don't think I need it, but in fact, you never try, you never know, right?
mhm.
And also, some of them, they are quite easily give up, I would say.
Ah.
They're a bit fragile. Sorry, no offense. Please come and look for me and work for me. We can.
Okay, 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 Yendi, that's the time that we have for this session. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know you have a lot more to share, but
yes.
what we'll do is that I will definitely bring you back in the next episode, in the future episode. But before you go, there's a compliment here from Datuk Jelsio saying that good sharing, Yendi. What comes from the heart is always valuable to many. Thank you, Datuk, for your
Thank you.
comment.
Thank you, Dado. Professor Giles.
Okay.
He's always so kind.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, all everyone is kind. That is in AIMSMET, everyone is kind.
Indeed,
And
indeed, indeed, it is.
everybody
It
is
is.
helpful. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's why you guys enjoy your session. Okay. What we'll do is that I'll just do a quick wrap up, and then I
Sure.
will catch up with you again. Yeah.
Yes.
Don't sign out. Yeah.
We
So
have a lot. Yes.
okay, we'll catch up shortly. Okay, ladies, gentlemen, that's the session for tonight, and sharing by Miss Yendy Loh, and a person that is that do a lot of extraordinary actions in her professional career, from being a marketeer. She jumped into an ocean of project management, and go into software, IT, and all those things. And now she's migrating herself into the NFC, Bitcoin, and cryptocurrency, and all those things. So these are all not to say not say difficult or impossible. These are all possible, and it's happening now. And the world is moving towards digital currency. People are moving towards cryptocurrency and those things, regardless of what the policymakers are. And that's where sometimes the problem with the world today is that the policymakers are living I wouldn't say old, but they are living in a prehistoric world at that time. So they may have difficulty to accept some policy changes, especially the governance. But again, for every good things, there will always be the consequences, or sometimes something's a bad things that's happening, like all those money laundering, and all, since this is what the compliance and the governance is trying to prevent. But what we are saying here is that with all the crooks out there, the scammers out there, so with all these things, it will happen. So it's more of the preventing it, and how to ensure and protect and making the transaction secure is also a big challenge for the policymakers. But before we sign out, to wrap up, is that the message that Yendi is trying to put forward to all of us is, number one, the mindset. Yeah, you have to have the mindset. If you don't have the mindset, as I said in my classes or in my training, it's mind over matter. If you don't have a mind, it doesn't matter. So you have to have a strong mindset, a strong willpower to move, because for every problem there will always be solutions to it, and you have to be solution centric. looking at a solution rather than uh, looking at problem itself. For those who are joining us live here, thank you very much for viewing this live. And for those who are joining us for the first time, please follow and subscribe to my various platform, my various channel. I'm on YouTube, which is Doc Faisal. I'm also streaming live to my Facebook, which is Doc Faisal 2, which majority of you here are commenting there. And I'm also on Instagram under Doc Faisal _ and I also have the shorter version of all this conversation on my Spotify under the Project Talk. So you can listen to the Spotify Project Talk while you are driving. Yeah. And before we call it a night, please, by all means, stay safe. Although we are in the endemic period now, please be vigilant, stay safe. And the weather here in Malaysia is also not helping. And that's why some of you might notice that last week I have to call off my live stream because I have issues with my vocal cord because it's very painful to speak. So I have to call out the session last week. So uh, thank God that I'm recovered. Yeah, and we're having the session tonight. So the weather is not helping, and the virus is still there, and the new viruses is coming, foot and mouth, and then this monkeypox, whatever not is coming in. Please, please, please stay safe and be vigilant on your surrounding, and have a blessed Sunday and a productive week ahead. Until then, thank you for viewing and see you again next week, same time.
Thank you, everyone. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.